Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you've been watching the AI space blow up recently and feeling kind of left on the sidelines just because you don't know how to code, well, this one is absolutely for you. Today, we're decoding 6 realistic, no-code AI business models specifically suited for the Indian market right now. And the best part? These are businesses you can genuinely start right from your bedroom. Now, just a couple of years ago, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman made this incredibly bold prediction. He said that a single person, literally without any employees or a massive dev team, would build a billion-dollar startup using AI. At the time, people thought he was crazy. They thought that was years, maybe decades away. But the crazy thing? That's not a future prediction anymore. It's happening right now. $41 million. Let that sink in for a second. That is the revenue a telehealth startup called MedV hit by the end of 2024. A solo founder, Matthew Galler, started this entire thing from his home with just $2,000 and 0 employees. He simply orchestrated a combination of over a dozen AI tools. We're talking ChatGPT, Claude, Midjourney, and 11 Labs. This company is literally a unicorn now. It's absolute proof that the technical barrier to entry hasn't just shrunk, it's completely evaporated. Okay, but let's do a quick reality check here. Not every single idea is going to become a unicorn overnight. AI development moves so incredibly fast that an idea banking on pure hype today might be completely obsolete and totally fail in just 6 months. To actually survive out there and maybe afford more than just instant noodles, you need realistic, low-barrier ideas that solve actual problems for businesses right now. And crucially, we want ideas that you can start for under 10,000 rupees. Enter Replit. This is an all-in-one platform where you can build websites, design apps, and create marketing assets without writing a single line of code. It has this agent mode, which essentially acts as your own personal, highly skilled development team. You just type what you want in plain English, and the AI agent analyzes your prompt, creates a roadmap, and builds a clean, mobile responsive product right before your eyes. It is a real game changer. So to make sure we're looking at these opportunities objectively, we're going to use a strict 3-point scorecard for every single idea today, rating them out of 5. Step 1, money potential. Realistically, how much can you earn in the Indian market? Step 2, effort to start. How hard is it to land that first client? A 5 means it's incredibly easy, while a 1 means it's super difficult. In step 3, business stability. Like, is this a one-time gig, or is it safe, long-term, recurring revenue? Here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. Quick wins, covering websites, creatives, and portfolios. 2. High-ticket dashboards. And 3. Scaling up, looking at SaaS and chatbots. All right, section 1, quick wins, fast cash, and low barriers. These models are absolutely perfect for beginners leveraging their local networks. Idea number 1 is building local websites. The effort to start here is a 5 out of 5. It's easily the simplest business on our list. Why? Well, because there are crores of local businesses in India right now. Think clinics, salons, coaching institutes, CA firms, especially in Tier 2 cities. Thousands of them either don't have a website at all, or they have a terrible one from 2015 that doesn't even work on your phone. They can't afford massive dev agencies, but they'll happily pay 10,000 to 25,000 rupees for a professional site. Using Replit, you can literally build a stunning mobile responsive landing page for a local coaching institute in a couple of hours. Now, the money potential and stability are lower, about a 2 out of 5, because it's usually just a one-off project. But getting that first client, maybe your uncle's shop or a friend's business, incredibly easy. Idea number 2 expands on that. Replit isn't just for apps and sites. It can rapidly generate very specific branded visuals and creatives. Imagine a startup founder who needs to raise funds. They urgently need a polished 12 to 15 slide pitch deck outlining their vision, market size, and team. With the right prompt, you can build that in 20 minutes. Or think about a marketing agency needing an 8-slide Instagram carousel with strict brand guidelines, or a fine dining restaurant needing a scannable digital QR menu. When we look at the scorecard for visuals and creatives, the effort to start remains incredibly low at a 5 out of 5. Finding these clients is pretty straightforward, and you can charge 5,000 to 15,000 rupees for a pitch deck, or maybe 3,000 to 5,000 for a menu. But the stability dips to a 2. These are mostly just one-time projects. Now, the only exception that really boosts your stability here is if you manage to secure a monthly retainer for those social media carousels. That can bring in a solid 10,000 to 20,000 rupees per client every single month. Let's wrap up our quick wins with portfolios. Professionals like designers, photographers, architects, and fitness trainers constantly need to showcase their work, right? And standard templates just don't cut it anymore. But the real secret here, your very first client is actually yourself. You build your own portfolio using Replit first. That becomes your actual proof of work. When someone asks what you do, you don't just tell them, you send them your link. Once you have that, you can start targeting those specific professional niches. For portfolios, the money potential is the lowest we'll see today, a 1 out of 5, generally paying around 8,000 to 20,000 rupees per project. The business stability is also a 2, simply because people rarely need more than one portfolio. However, the effort to start is a solid 5. It's a fantastic, low-friction way to practice your no-code skills, build up your confidence, and start getting those word-of-mouth referrals. Section 2, high-ticket dashboards, solving complex problems. Okay, we're officially moving out of the beginner zone, which means a massive jump in payout. But why does one project pay 15,000 rupees and another pays 1.5 lakhs? Well, it all comes down to what you're actually asking the AI to do. For a simple landing page, you're just describing colors, layouts, and text. Easy stuff. But for a data dashboard, you're describing complex data processes, sales data, inventory, user permissions, real-time APIs. A lot of small businesses, like D2C brands or agencies, are currently flying blind on messy, chaotic spreadsheets. Structuring that data visually gives them immense clarity. And trust me, that clarity is highly valuable. So for data dashboards, the metrics completely flip. Money potential jumps to a 4 out of 5. You can comfortably charge 30,000 to 1.5 lakhs per dashboard. Business stability also hits a 4 out of 5 because once a business actually runs on your dashboard, they will happily pay a 5,000 to 15,000 rupee monthly retainer just to have you maintain it. The catch? The effort to start drops to a 3. You're going to need some basic B2B selling skills, and it might take weeks of cold outreach to land that first corporate client. But the payoff? Vastly superior. Section 3, scaling up. SaaS and custom chatbots. This tier right here, this is the absolute holy grail for passive scalable income. We're talking micro SaaS or software as a service. With all the previous ideas, if you don't have a client, you don't get paid. SaaS completely changes that dynamic. You build a tool once on Replit, and thousands of people can use it simultaneously. You could build an AI invoice generator, a resume builder, or a cool productivity app. Maybe a habit tracker that logs daily tasks and maintains streaks for things like swimming lessons or dieting. You literally eliminate the need to pitch individual clients forever. But we gotta be brutally honest about these metrics. Money potential? A perfect 5 out of 5. You can absolutely scale past 1 lakh a month with literally no ceiling. Business stability? 5 out of 5. Subscription models mean sweet, recurring, passive revenue. But the effort to start is a 1 out of 5. This is definitely the hardest model on the list. Building the tool is easy with AI, sure, but you have to handle all the marketing, the customer support, and the scaling entirely by yourself. It could take months or even a full year to see real traction. Finally, we reach our last idea, custom AI chatbots. This is a slightly different spin on the SaaS model. Instead of selling to the general public, you sell chatbots as a service directly to medium-sized businesses. You use APIs from ChatGPT or Claude and train a custom model specifically on a company's internal SOPs, their product lists, their pricing. You are essentially building them a tireless 24/7 employee. Think of an e-commerce brand that needs to handle late-night product queries, or a clinic trying to automate appointment bookings, or a real estate firm capturing leads around the clock. Rounding out our final scorecard, the money potential here is a solid 4, pulling in 30,000 to 1 lakh per month with a few good clients. Effort to start is a moderate 3. Again, it requires some B2B pitching. But the business stability is a perfect 5. Listen, once you show a client a working demo of an AI perfectly answering their customers' specific questions, they are hooked. That monthly retainer creates incredibly sticky, long-term stability because your bot just becomes integral to how they operate. So we've walked through the entire progressive journey today, from quick, local 10,000 rupee web builds all the way up to highly complex, scalable monthly retainers. The technical barriers that held everyone back are gone, and the tools are quite literally right at your fingertips. The only question left is, which of these 6 paths are you going to take to start your AI business? And hey, to make taking that very first step just a little bit easier, we've compiled all the exact prompts used to generate these business ideas into a completely free guide. You can copy them, tweak them, and use them for your own projects. Just check the description to grab that right alongside a link to try out Replit. Thanks so much for exploring these models with me today. Now get out there and start building.